Alright, deck tech. So, yeah, so those, you know, pathways weren't really doing anything for me. And, most likely it's going to be kind of fringe where they come up. Granted, having extra basics is probably going to be somewhat fringe too when they come up, but, I don't know. They at least have the advantage of, I think there's going to be more games where the games are going to drag out super duper long, and the opponent is going to, be playing things like Field of Ruin and Path to Exile and things like that. So having access to more basics could just be pretty good. Granted, it's 7 basics is probably plenty, but hey, the more the merrier, right? Yeah. So let's see. The rest of the deck is basically the same. I mean, again, unless Burn comes back in a big way, probably Blast Zone is just better, especially with Hammer Time all over the place. We need to squeeze this in somehow. Better than Radiant Fountain. Radiant Fountain is excellent against Burn. Otherwise, Blast Zone. But no, Blast Zone can even sometimes take care of Core Firewalker. Although definitely Radiant Fountain is better overall. Yeah, I mean, main deck Relic just hoses some decks. So we'll see if we can hose some random decks here. Magus of the Moon. Yeah, we're playing Magus of the Moon in the main instead of Blood Moon this time. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know if this is going to work out or not, but the idea is just kind of, it's just kind of like that last game against Hammer that I was kind of in a bad spot. Although realistically, playing Magus probably wouldn't have changed the fact that I was not in a great spot. But it would have made it so that I could have dealt with their Urza Saga, and then I still would have had access to my Blast Zone. Because it just felt like, that last match in the last 5-0 league, I was going to lose. At least the first, not from the match, but at least the first game I was going to lose. Which is, I oftentimes do lose the first game against Hammer Time, especially when I don't know what to expect. In games 2 and 3, I can short up. But it just, in that specific spot where they had Urza Saga, I had, 2 lands and I was going to draw a third one and I was going to play Blood Moon. It just felt like, since Blood Moon was going to turn off my Blast Zone, it just felt like that game was not going to be winnable because I didn't have access to like Pillage or really just Blast Zone really. So like I just thought to myself, man, if this was Magus, then then I could have probably won game. I mean, I probably would have been much more confident about winning game 1, even if the opponent didn't disconnect and timeout. So yeah, we're gonna try Magus. I mean, in theory, this is the better main board card anyway, right? I mean, in theory. Now, the only thing I don't like conceptually about Magus, though, is other than Hammer Time is a unique deck in that it's one of the only decks that we really need Blast Zone really bad, but we also need access to a Moon effect of some sort to deal with Urza Saga. Most other decks where Blood Moon isn't that great, Blast Zone is going to be great, like Enchantress. Other decks where Blast Zone isn't that great, Blood Moon's going to be great. Yeah, Hammer Time's one of the few decks where both Blast Zone and Blood Moon are both kind of or a Moon effect of some type are both like kind of indispensable. So I mean, we did face 3 Hammer Time matchups last time, so make of that what you will. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this out, but conceptually speaking, the flaw with Magus of the Moon is that our best chance to juke them completely is game 1. And the Magus is unlikely to completely juke them because if they're playing any sort of red removal at all, Magus is comically easy to deal with. Yeah, and then in games 2 and 3, they're going to be more prepared. I mean, you'd think they'd all be prepared against Blood Moon, but you gotta understand, like, even if they see MHayashi, they don't know for sure that I'm playing red deck wins. I am known to play my fair share of Merfolk, black, white, in fact. I probably play this deck a plurality of the time, but when you combine it all, probably I play this deck 40% of the time, and all the other decks, 60% of the time. Maybe even I play this deck half of the time, maybe 50%. But that still means they cannot be sure that I'm on mono red. So like they're not gonna. I don't know that it's correct for them to just mulligan, just assuming I'm on mono red, and then lose to like my mono black mid range deck or something. I don't know. Like yeah, I could be playing anything, and the percentages would probably shift depending on how I feel. So like. So yeah, sometimes Blood Moon does just get him, but let's see how this goes. I like having access to 8 moon effects once again. I think that's pretty solid. Yeah, I mean, let's see. I think 2 Ensnaring Bridges is probably correct. 4 has served me fairly well, but I think, yeah, I think I like having access to at least 2. You know, there's some consideration too that I could play 4 Ensnaring Bridges and 2 Blood Moons if I'm playing Magus in the main. But there are just a lot of matchups where just having hard Blood Moon is very, very good. Yeah. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Thank you, everybody. Shout out to everybody who likes, comments, subscribes. Smash that like button. It really helps me out. And yeah, shout out either upcoming if it hasn't already happened. And take care, everybody. Let's see how the games go. All right, match 1. Magus of the Moon. Alrighty, and I think I will keep. Magus is definitely more supportable than ever before as a main deck card. Is a creature, no more prowess for Blood Moon to give a prowess boost to. So many utility lands that we don't necessarily rely on Blood Moon for card advantage per se as much. Alright, I think I need to Spikefield that. Sucks to have to use a land to do that, but I'd much rather spend a land to basically deal with one of their lands. I suppose I could have played Fury, but yeah. Alrighty. I'm probably going to end up cycling this. Alrighty. And here, I think Magus is definitely a lot better than Blood Moon. Alright, Noble Hierarch. Probably we're going to Flame Slash that. Yeah, I could crack Relic first, but what am I going to play? Spikefield, Lightning Bolt? Pretty sure. Getting a little mana screwed, as they say. Of course, that Spikefield could have been a land, but I still stand by my decision to use Spikefield instead of Fury. Okay, good, they're using Bonecrusher that way instead of... Okay, Bloodbraid Elf, I'm pretty sure. Okay, what is it? Okay, this seems like Fury time if I've ever seen one. If I've ever seen Fury time, it's probably now. Yeah, let's just do this. I need to draw lands. Alrighty, it's not lands. Man, hopefully they don't draw Clothas and punish me for cycling the Relic, but alright. Alright, please no tokens. Alright, well I guess we have another Fury. Oh no, we don't have Fury. Alrighty. I can play Season Pyromancer. I think I'll be in okay shape. Yeah, those are just very subpar in this matchup. Okay. We're not that far behind, actually. As long as they don't play something nasty like Greater Gargaroth. That's semi-nasty, but not too nasty. Yeah. That's what we want. Now here's all our lands. Yeah, I guess we hammer the Bonecrusher. And if that was another non-land card, I probably would have pitched it with Season Pyromancer, but I don't know, we'll see. I don't know why they wouldn't uptick first, just in case they hit like Bloodbraid Elf or something. They want to hold something back for Bugbear. Alrighty. Yeah, this is just kind of getting out of hand here. Yeah, I think if they down tick on this, then it's basically just GG. Well, they inexplicably didn't down tick. They should probably just deal the damage to me. Yep. Alright, well I've got most of these same cards. I mean, they probably think that they just have a good matchup. It's really like the mirror match. It's just we got stuck on 2 lands for like a million turns. Could have been recurring hammer like mad if we had not got stuck on 2 lands. I guess Pirate Spellbomb. I don't think Pillage is the way to go. The way we win is they just get mana screwed. Yeah, and I think that's just really that. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to play Pillage. They get some early mana boosts, but I don't think we fundamentally win this matchup by mana screwing them. I think we win this matchup because they have more, you know, like, if you think about it, Utopia Sprawl and Arbor Elf help accelerate them, but they're also late game fluff. Alright. And I think we win by having less late game fluff than them. Plus, if we curve out into Obosh, we're in pretty decent shape. So they pretty much need Lightning Bolt or Flame Slash, or they might be in for a World of Hurt. I think they're in for a World of Hurt, yep. I will play Spikefield Hazard. I know, like, last time I got punished for it, but, you know, overall I still think that was correct. And I think in the long run, we'll get better value for making those kinds of plays. Okay. Now they could stomp it if they got stomped. Okay, they probably don't have another land, otherwise they probably would have used the land to play Utopia Sprawl. Now, obviously, if I had Pillage, that could have just been GG, but was I supposed to know? Oh, well, that was a little... Okay. Well, connecting again with Ragavan seems pretty good. And we'll take it. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Fury from them, you know, could undo a lot of this, but this is pretty free. And it does complement my game plan rather nicely. It even produces red. So I will play it. Alright, I'll probably play a Fury. Yeah, it's definitely looking like I'm going to play a Fury. Alright, we could bolt it, but maybe just splitting 2-2 is just probably better. I think it is. Or maybe just playing Fury. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it this way. This way I can connect. I guess I could have connected anyway, but I want to connect without a chump block. Yeah, let's just see what they got. Fury is pretty Fury-tastic. They might play a Fury-tastic Fury of their own. Okay. Well, Stomp doesn't hit Fury, so there's that. Yeah, that's fine. They don't exactly have good attacks. Alright, and let's I mean, I think I kind of out mid-range them this game. They have to block. I think we'll play this. I think we'll exile. Alrighty. And I think they're in for a world of hurt. Yeah, it's just going to get lightning bolted or hammered or both. Alrighty. Thing is, Obosh is also kind of like a greater Gargaroth for us, but we get it for free, which is pretty nice. Alrighty. I mean, in that game, Pillage would have been good, but I stand by my decision not to play it. Plus, Pyrite Spellbomb could help us curve into Obosh mana, and I think us curving into our land drops is kind of more important than them curving into theirs. Right, now, I just don't think I can tolerate this. If they deal with Ragavan, which they probably will, then I'm just like, the way we win that, like, we can afford to mulligan once because we're still effectively up one, we're still effectively even on cards because the Obosh is like another card. Mulliganing anything beyond once though can be a little dicey. Alright. And your land drops. Alright. Da, 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 da. Oh man, I'm really kind of missing Pillage, but on the other hand, they might be a little mana flooded, so maybe we shouldn't be missing Pillage. Because again, maybe the way we win this is that they just have lots of lands in their hand. If they have Greater Gargaroth, we may have to 3-for-1 ourselves, unfortunately, unless we draw like another Bolt or Flame Slash or something. Okay, they don't look like they've got a... They don't look like they're mana flooded. Yeah, good to diversify just a little bit. So probably put Ponza on there. Should I bolt? Yeah, I'll bolt. Why take unnecessary damage, right? Alright. I was a little worried about Greater Gargaroth next turn. They might be a little mana flooded. And they might not have Greater Gargaroth, otherwise they maybe should have played it. I mean, what can they do with all this mana, though? That is the question. Alrighty. Could blow Blast Zone, but again, it's kind of looking like they're mana flooded. Alrighty. That's not too bad. I think I'm going to be patient and try to Fury it, though. I don't want to take unnecessary damage. Oops, I meant to play Mountain. Well, hopefully they don't Blood Braid Elf me. Four to take. 4. Alright, well at least we can Fury one of these. If we drop Obosh first, we might be able to double Fury. Yeah, I mean, can they stop it? Yeah, maybe Obosh and a double Fury is better. I'm kind of inclined to think it is. Two. I was gonna play Fury, but like, you know, I think that's just a little more mana efficient. Alrighty. And I will return Hammer to my hand. Because I was born, and they are getting mana flooded. Like I said, see, this is why we don't want Pillage, because the way we pull ahead is they get mana flooded. I was born one morning with a hammer in my hand. Kind of wish I had Blast Zone, you know, but, you know, it is what it is. Play Relic, get some incidental value. Bloodbraid Elf. Alright, not bad. Maybe they can kill off Obosh. Recurring Hammer, though, might do pretty well. Alrighty. Maybe we actually attack with Den of the Bugbear. I mean, has there ever been a better time to do that? Probably not. So we'll attack them with this, and then the token will go towards the should I crack Relic, or should I play Spell Bomb? I'm gonna play Spell Bomb. So never know if they just bust through with Clothis. I guess even if they did bust through with Clothis, I may have to clear their graveyard. I don't know, we'll see. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. I think I clear now. Yeah, and I think I do this. Taking more incidental damage than I would like, but, you know, we'll see. Alrighty. See, I can return Hammer to my hand, but maybe we want to attack with Den of the Bugbear. Alrighty. And I'll cycle, okay. Yeah, just getting through with pretty good damage there. And they got one of the worst case of the floods in history. I could cycle it, but why? Alright, I think I will attack. They might have Kozilek's return, so I'm just going to attack with these. Flame Slash Hammer. Alright, double hammer in my future. And they might still just have more lands. If they have better connection than us, then they'll probably show us before we can leave the game. But, you know, we'll probably hang around for a couple seconds anyway. We're not really big on the insta-leaving the game. Alright, well, that is what it is. They don't show their hand. Okay. Alright. Match 2. Wait, I think this is a Ponza player. So 2 Ponza in a row. I guess we get to be on the play, forcing them to have most likely Lightning Bolt only in game 1. So they know what it feels like to not have an answer to the Arbor Elf that they present. Well, but they may have a Lightning Bolt, so we shall see. They're about as likely to have Lightning Bolt as I was to have Ragavan. Unless they are actual burn. Okay. Yeah. If I've had another Ragavan, though, I could have dashed it, so they probably should have waited till my attack phase. Okay, it looks like more like burn. If they play Eidolon, yeah, so at least we can Fury that. I think I will put Obosh to hand, but I will... Yeah. One thing I like about Fury is I can deal with Eidolon without taking damage, because this costs 5, not 3 or less. Every little bit helps, you know. I don't want to discard Obosh, but I also don't want to just pass turn without doing anything. Alright. I mean, it's not ideal, but I guess it's better. Like I said, it's better than doing nothing. Alright, 13. Man, and if they've got another Boros Charm, okay, then they would have just been, you know, 4 burn spells to victory. I gotta play Obosh. I think we're threatening lethal next turn, so we shall see. Alright, Boros Charm and Lightning Bolt for the win. I guess we will have to see. Alrighty. This seems like the way to go because this also enables us to play a burn spell off the top if they somehow deal with Obosh. They have to deal with Ragavan, okay. Alright, well at least I have Blast Zone up to deal with any hasty 1-mana creature they produce. Although they can either unload 2 burn spells or Boros Charm. But other than that, but that is very possible. They draw 2 burn spells or 1 Boros Charm, so we shall see. Okay. Good stuff. Ooh, double Searing Blaze. Okay. So let's think this through. We absolutely need Pirate Spellbomb. I didn't even see Luris. I don't think Relic is really all that great. Do we need Magus? Yeah, we'll play Magus instead of regular Blood Moon. Just being a clock is probably just better. Doesn't shut off their core Firewalker because they can. On the play, I think it's better. I mean, on the draw, I think it's better. On the play, maybe Blood Moon because I might be able to cut them off. I mean, I could rely on my Blast Zones and Pyrite Spellbombs to deal with the core Firewalker. Alrighty, gotta bolt that. Gotta bolt fast. Name of the game is preventing the early damage and then trying to dish out some damage on my own later on. Alright, that's not ideal because I would have wanted Pirate Spell. Okay, actually. You know what? I like Hammer and all, but I think I like not getting mana screwed more. And if they've got another Eidolon, this can deal with that without losing life. Okay. Let's see. Season Pyromancer most likely. It's not our first pick. Yeah, I do not want to discard lands. Alrighty. Hopefully we don't get hit with a Goblin Guide. They're really going at it with the burn spells. Really going at it. Alright. Well, I think I have to do this. And tragically, I think I have to discard the Ragavan, even though that would be very nice. Alright. I just had to be able to hit my land drops for Obosh. It's the only way. Take our lumps, as they say. Alright, well, I have to play Obosh, and I don't even know if I'm threatening lethal next turn. So, and they're gonna draw 2 cards, so they've got they got a pretty good chance of finishing us off. Okay. Maybe we actually can pull this off. Let's see. By golly, I think we can. Oh my goodness, that was unexpected. Well, that was good luck. Alright. Alright, match 3. Let's see. Well, yeah. We got the Raggy. Man, being on the play 3 matches in a row with turn 1 Ragavan, not gonna lie, that's a little bit on the luckier side of variance. I mean, as we can see though, I don't think the deck is out to dry or anything when it doesn't draw Ragavan, but I mean, this is kind of like, especially when this connects, this is kind of like Aether Vial on steroids. Griefy grief. Gotta be Hammer, right? I don't know. Or Spikefield. I might take Spikefield if I were them. Just whittle me down a land. You never know the long-term implications. Hopefully I'm not sending psychic vibes. Okay. Alrighty, well, let's see. Let's see if we can connect. I'm getting Reanimator vibes, in which case the main deck Relic might be quite par excellence. Alright, Raggy connects. Steam events. Let's play that, play this. Ooh, so they are playing some type of Reanimator strategy, it would seem. Oh, they're playing Living End. Next, they had to cycle a Riverwinder. Okay. I guess we'll try to force them to blow this earlier rather than later. Because if they blow like a reanimation effect now, they're not going to get too much out of it. They may have to. They will get a grief though. I think I want to play this because if they do get grief back, I don't want them to actually get any value. Even though that could be good against Brazen Borrower. I just got a feeling that they're going to go for a reanimation spell. Yep. All right. Well, I'm still glad that I kind of forced it out. Grief back. At least they don't take anything. All right. Obosh to hand. And if we draw another relic, I think we may be able to pull this off. We'll see, I guess. Alrighty. Should I return Hammer to hand, or should I dash Ragavan next turn? Probably return Hammer to hand. I could also try to attack with Den of the Bugbear. Oop. I guess I can't. I guess I have to dash Ragavan now, or I could just attack with Den. But both deal 4. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. This is just slightly more EV. One, two, three, four, 5. So, I mean, at least a top decked Hammer, or I can return a Hammer. We shall see. Steal game 1 against Living End, although main deck Relic definitely helps. I mean, it would have been a totally different game if this Bright Rewinder was also in the reanimation mix. They'd be up a card from cycling it, and yeah. Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do. I respect it. But I do get my critters back. Alrighty. Alrighty. Temur Living End. Take it down. Magus, I think, is far superior in that matchup, and I think we want Blood Moon and Magus. And Ensnaring Bridge, and Pillage. Wow. We want it all. Flame Slash is a big nothing burger in this matchup. Bonecrusher is mostly a nothing burger. Flame Slash is mostly a nothing burger too, but it can be kind of important with Ensnaring Bridge. Far be it from me to cut Lightning Bolt, but I think maybe I have to. I just think Hammer is just kind of yeah, I need to actually win, and like, what happens after I stick Ensnaring Bridge? Then sometimes I just can't win, so I need Hammer. Well, yeah, at least with 24 lands and with Fury, you know, we can have a little bit more of effective early start, maybe. Maybe actually Fury should have been Pyrite Spellbomb, but you see, Fury can be nice because no, this is just too slow. Yeah, much better. Although an untimely grief, could cause us a lot of grief. Alrighty. Well, I mean, I could play Relic first, but I kind of want to maximize both my damage and my treasure tokens. A Petty Theft can make short work of this. Subtlety? Subtlety would probably just end the game. I mean, they're thinking about something. Oh, nasty. I'm going to put this on the bottom, actually, because I need to be able to play Relic and have a untapped land. Or I'm just kind of up you-know-what creek without a you-know-what. Are they mana screwed? Nope. Come on, untapped mana. Hey. Sometimes ask and ye shall receive. So it's not like over yet. They could and probably do have Foundation Breaker, but at least I'd get some card advantage off of this. Obviously, this is going to stick around until further notice. Alrighty. Yeah, and maybe I just clear their graveyard. Land would be nice. Hey, ask and you shall receive. The only problem is I'm pretty sure they've got a force of negation. I'm just going to preemptively go after their island. Okay. It also, alrighty. Alrighty. Well, that was kind of misordered in my humble opinion. I think they should have, had the ability resolve first, then evoke. Well, we have to try for Blood Moon here. I mean, right? Like, what else? What else are we doing with our lives, right? Alrighty. These games can go quick sometimes. Alright, match 4. 3-0. But hey, first match we're not on the play. So, we'll see how we can do when we don't have as much of the luck of the draw on our side. We shall see. Yeah, and Spikefield Hazard. Magus, Season, Fury will keep. We will definitely keep. This is one thing I like about Spikefield Hazard. We can pitch it to Fury, and we can pitch it to Season Pyromancer. Of course, they can pitch it to their discard spells. But, Ooh, humans. Haven't seen this deck in a while. I think I want a Spikefield. Yeah, I definitely want a Spikefield. I think I've got enough lands that I can afford to do that. Alright, I can probably Spikefield that too. I might just wait until end of turn. Because if they present a juicy enough smorgasbord of Fury targets. Well, that can't hit Fury. I'll just hit that in response. Probably hit Lightning Bolt. But then I play Magus, and then what? Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah, might as well attack, I guess. And I guess I might as well attack as well. And as much as I like Fury, I think we're gonna discard it to churn through our deck. Alrighty. That's some powerful churning. Alrighty. I guess I'll just bone, yeah, I'll just bone crush, hold up lightning bolt. Alrighty. Well, that was a kind of uneventful game one. Alrighty. I think bridge is good, needless to say. Ragavan, I think, is good because it either forces a trade or it just goes nuts. I don't think Relic is necessary. Alright, Spellbomb, I think. They bring in pro-red creatures. I mean, I would play Ensnaring Bridge, but, like, what am I supposed to take out? I don't want to take out mana. I don't want to take out Hammer Bogargan. I want another 3-mana spell. I'll bring in Pillage, but, yeah, I think this is better, and I think Magus is just kind of the better moon effect in this matchup anyway. Slightly better, just because it also attacks and blocks. Alrighty. I mean, this hand isn't perfect, neither of the land, but it's got interaction. Okay, do not have Aether Vial. It's very good for us. Flame Slash. They don't really have any 4 toughness humans, at least not that I'm aware of, so Lightning Bolt is basically just strictly better. Alrighty. We need another land. If we got another land, I think we'll be okay, especially with Magus. But if we do not, things could get kind of nasty. I say we Lightning Bolt that. Alrighty. Alright, not bad. Magus time. Although that does turn off our ability to deal with it, but turning off their ability to play spells seems a little bit worth it, in my humble opinion. Alright, and at least we get to get on our own racing horse. Yeah, just racing is going to be kind of critical here. And this way we can stomp. It's always nice. And once again, this might be another fast match. I mean, sometimes the matches just go fast. I don't know what to say. Alrighty. Alright, 4-0. Hey, let's go to the next one. Let's see how this goes. Alright, match 5, Kavarak. Well, and their greatness is giving them a Aurora that's causing us to have a bad hand. So let's see. I played Karavak before. I didn't realize, actually. I think this is a very, very prominent, very good. Well, they've only gone to 6. This is a very good MTGO grinder. We'll keep. Yeah, Fury just right now doesn't seem like where it's at. I may want to go back to Blood Moon in the main. Alright. Just because, like, for example, if there were elementals, Blood Moon could just shut them out, whereas Magus doesn't necessarily. Alrighty. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, turn 2 Magus seems good to me. Let's see. Alrighty. Hopefully this is a a sign of good things. We can only hope, right? Here, of course, Magus is a boss, attacking for 2. Alrighty. Alrighty. So it goes. Alrighty. They will, of course, EE to live another day. Down to 8. Yeah, and I think I will put Obosh to hand. I don't think there's a reason to play Relic. That's why we can bolt a Boreal Grazer. Alrighty. Amulet Titan. Well, when we got the 8 moons, I don't think Titan is that bad. You know, Relic is not ideal, but I do like having something that can cycle. And I know this is going to seem strange, but I think Bonecrusher is the cut. At the end of the day, we're leaning on Hammer for our late game recursion, and Bonecrusher is just kind of the clunkiest of the non-Hammer cards. Hammer is clunkier, but it is a way more consistent recursive late game than even Bonecrusher. So let's see if this is another fast. This might be the fastest league ever. This might be like a 1-hour league. It's like I haven't had these since I played like Burn, like literal Burn, or in fact, like usually only a few games are super fast, because usually like sometimes you get them fast games 1, but you know the game 1s, but after game 1 a lot of times. A lot of times Infect slows down because they come prepared. But Burn kind of is what it is. A lot of times you either just kill them quick or you die quick. Infect, sometimes you don't die quick because you still have a lot of creatures to block with and stuff, so sometimes you just delay the inevitable, or you make an unlikely comeback. I'm gonna tentatively keep. I'm not super thrilled about it, but I do have a moon. This could get ugly. This could get ugly if I don't draw a third land. Yeah, Dryad. Okay, well at least I can Fury that. Alright. Oof. Just gotta play this. And I think I'm gonna Fury pitching Seasoned Pyromancer. Just, you know, multiple of those isn't necessarily as good as it could be. See, this is why I like Pirate Spellbomb. Right here, I just want something to cycle. Hopefully, I draw a non-Spikefield Hazard land on the top two. Alright, let's see. Urza Saga. The Saga. It's gotta be Saga, right? Oh, it's gonna make Growth Chamber. I guess that works too. But they're gonna have to return one of their Gruul lands. Oh no, right, they can do that. And stop. Kaboom. Yep, okay. We're in business, folks. Magi of the Moon. Let's see if they have Dismember. Which they might, because we showed them Magus in the main deck instead of Blood Moon. It's one advantage to having Blood Moon. Yeah, let's just hammer this. In the long run, we'll push more damage by just being able to get that out of the way. Alright, well let's hedge our bets a little bit with a Friendly Neighborhood Blood Moon to supplement. And then I definitely feel pretty good about our chances. I mean, with 8 Blood Moons, I think this matchup is probably pretty nasty for them. Kind of downright nasty. Alrighty. So, if we draw a land, we play Obosh. If we don't, we probably Seasoned Pyromancer, pitch Hammer, and Obosh. Yeah. I don't know, I could pitch Fury. You know what, yeah, I'll pitch the Furies. Just, you know, maybe the Hammer finishes them off. Dryad Elysian Grove. Now I regret discarding those Furies. I could play Obosh, but I think a better play is to combine the power of Hammer and Pirate Spellbomb. because I was a little bit worried. So probably just lose on the inability to pay for Pact. Alright, and I guess that's another trophy. And this pretty much was the fastest league ever. Like 10, 11 minute, matches. Alright, well, the opponent, okay. Okay, alright. I was gonna say, if the opponent is, kind of questioning things, we can, alright. Alright, let's go to the post-league wrap. Okay, post-league wrap-up. Well, that has got to be one of the fastest leagues I've ever blazed through, and I've blazed through a lot of leagues. So, yeah, needless to say, I think whether you're playing Dragon Rage Channeler or you're playing Bonecrusher, I think this deck has a lot to offer. I think if you're playing Bonecrusher, Relic is probably just slightly better than Pyrite Spellbomb, just because you can randomly juke decks, like that Living End deck. We just stole game 1. Who knows if we would have won game 3, or match 3, if it wasn't for Relic of Progenitus. Even though Relic of Progenitus got Force of Negation, you could see how critical that was, because they would have won. Make no mistake, if they had that Stripe Riverwinder cycled and ready to go from their graveyard when they popped their Violent Outburst, they would have definitely won. We couldn't have dealt with a 5/5 hexproof. So yeah, I mean, Relic of Progenitus definitely has major utility in a very decent number of matchups. So I do think that if you're going to play this build, and just everybody's playing with graveyard stuff, and like, yeah, there's a little bit of a nombo with Hammer, but I just feel like on balance we use the graveyard way less than most people, and it's like not that hard. Like if they're not playing that much with the graveyard, it's not so hard to like cycle Relic in the early turns before we even play Hammer Bogargan. See, I feel like Relic is actually a worse nombo with Firebolt, because like Firebolt, you're heavily incentivized to play like on turn 1 or 2, and if you do, then basically you're either locked out of cycling Relic, or you basically take out your other half of your Firebolt. But like, because Hammer Bogargan costs 3, it means that there's a decent chunk of the time that we'll just be cycling Relic in the early turns, at least if we make the call that they're not going to be super reliant on the graveyard, and we just cycle into the early turns, and then yeah, we cycle it before Hammer even comes online. So plus we can always return Hammer to our hand, then Relic later if the game goes long. It's not ideal, because by that logic we could also just like flashback Firebolt and then play Relic. The difference, of course, being that putting Hammer back in our hand gives us the ability to use it at an opportune time, whereas just firing off a random Firebolt at their face for 2 is oftentimes not that great, and we probably would have been better off just cycling Relic. So so bottom line is, Hammer does have a little dyssynergy with Relic of Progenitus, but it's pretty manageable overall, and just so many decks are playing Dragon Rage Channeler, so many decks are playing Murktide Regent, so many decks are playing Unholy Heat, so many decks are playing, I don't know, Living End stuff, so many decks are playing Reanimator. I don't think the format has ever, other than like maybe the heyday of Dredge, but like, and Dredge still lurks around from time to time, but it's definitely seen better days. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we've ever seen so much graveyard effects in the main deck from so many different decks. And worst case scenario, Relic just cycles, I mean, I guess worst case scenario is somehow like they discard Hammer or something, and for some reason Hammer's sitting in our graveyard and we draw Relic and we don't really want to crack it. But I mean, if you think about it, that's a dyssynergy that always can exist after games 2 and 3, and a lot of times almost always Relic is going to have some value. So, I mean, obviously we're willing to tolerate that dyssynergy when we bring in Relic, and since most of the games, I mean, since I think we are bringing in Relic more than we're not, I think, yeah, I think it's definitely worth having in the main, and it is worth noting that we actually have access. We have the ability to deal with all card types, basically, even in the main. We got Blast Zone for artifacts, enchantments, creatures of any power and toughness, as long as they're not too high in converted mana cost. And even then, the game goes long enough, we can ratchet Blast Zone even up to 15, although the game has to be going pretty long for that to happen. And we have to have particularly nothing to do with our mana. But But yeah, Blaststone deals with artifacts and enchantments. Of course, burn spells deal with creatures and planeswalkers. Relic deals with, you know, graveyards, and Mages of the Moon deals with lands. So yeah, but let's reflect a little bit, and I think so. Gruul Ponza, like honestly, a 2/2 Mages of the Moon is almost the same thing as a worthless Blood Moon anyway. Not quite. So like, was it really better there? I mean, yeah, we did win, but is it really better? Boros Burn, was it really better? Maybe, maybe not. Hard to say. Living End. Living End. It, you know, it is better because they can't force and negate it, but in game one, it came more down to the main deck Relic. It is better against Living End though. Humans, marginally better. I think it would have been the same result even if we just had regular old Blood Moon against humans. So yeah, Amulet Titan, definitely better I think because they have sometimes main deck Reclamation Sages and sideboard Force of Vigors, which are pretty nasty against Blood Moon. Only thing I don't like though is I don't like showing them main deck Magus because sometimes they don't bring in Dismember, and I kind of like showing them main deck Blood Moon more because they have way more. They may have way more post, you know, sideboard interaction against Blood Moon than they do against Magus. And if I show them main deck Blood Moon but not Magus, they might not be prepared for Magus in addition to Blood Moon. I mean, who plays like 8 moon effects, right? But anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is that maybe that concern I had in the deck tech about, you know, maybe Blood Moon being better because Blood Moon just has a better chance to just outright juke him, and then Magus is just better as kind of like a value positive type moon effect, or like for the decks that don't have a lot of creature removal. And other than Hammer Time, there's just not that many decks that we really would seriously consider killing our own Magus to turn on Blast Zone. Hammer Time is fairly ubiquitous though, so it could be worth taking that risk. And there is something to be said about main deck Magus, just having kind of a better, you know, just being less dead, I guess. There's so few decks that Blood Moon is dead against, other than like the True Mirror. And even then, we can pitch it to Seasoned Pyromancer, we can pitch it to Fury. You know, I'm kind of inclined to go back to Blood Moon. Alternatively, I could stick with Magus and, like I said, play 4 Ensnaring Bridges, 2 Blood Moons. That actually might not be a bad idea. It really might not. It will hedge us more against the Temur Living End deck, but it will also mean that we can't juke them with the mana screwing as much. Yeah, there's just a lot of matchups though where we really need Blood Moon, like actual Blood Moon. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to Blood Moon. I mean, we got the trophy last time with Blood Moon, so yeah, I think that's make sure that's the change is safe. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. I liked main deck Magus, but maybe this is just better. Four Ensnaring Bridges though, not gonna lie, and 2 Blood Moons might definitely be something worth trying. Because Ensnaring Bridge is a powerful effect. Yeah, it doesn't hose them as hard, but it's pretty good. Yeah, you know what? I might try that. Actually. 2 Blood Moons, 4 Ensnaring Bridge, 4 Magus. Yeah, alright, cool stuff. I think with this we might who knows, this might be the real next evolution to really punish opponents. Let's see. 4 Ensnaring Bridges seemed like overkill, but against some decks, like, we want to have multiple so that they can't just deal with one and then go about their merry way. Alright, anyway, let's see. Take care, everybody, and I I don't know. I might just go back to the Blood Moon in the main next one, but this definitely could be worth a shot. All right, take care.